So, with everything going on of announcements of like movies and anime, which has been going on for a long time, but we've had like a major influx of like live action movies and video game stuff. Like obviously the upcoming Halo TV show, Cowboy Bebop got a Netflix show, which I still need to watch. I know I still need to watch that. We also have like, of course, the upcoming Mass Effect TV show that is coming to Amazon. We also have from Amazon the Hellsing movie, which I'm still waiting for any more information on. I kind of had a thought because I've noticed a trend of like people who are mad about video game and anime live action anything is that they never get it right. They never get it like 100% right unless you're Roni Kenshin. Those live action movies are fire. Like there's no denying that. The Kenshin live action films, straight fire. They're awesome. They're not part of this argument. They're the outlier. Anyway, so I just kind of thought, what if, like, I just decided to do this quick video of just kind of had this thought today, and I wanted to share and get your thoughts on this as well, is what if instead of doing straight up live action adaptations of video games and movies, of anime and video games, because these are the two that usually get the most flack, and that's what I'm focusing on, what if you did them but you didn't do them about the main cast? What if you did them as like expanded universe pieces, kind of like what Star Wars on Disney Plus is doing, where it's more like extended pieces on other stuff, like kind of like what Mandalorian is, or like what the other upcoming Star Wars shows, or like the Marvel TV shows from Disney Plus is like they tell stories with characters in that universe, or they tell stories that kind of expand that universe. So you could have it be live action and it's set in that universe, but you're not pissing anyone off by having characters that people know and love and run the risk of ruining them or damaging them. Like, let's say like this, and again, maybe this could happen, is that the Mass Effect TV show is really set not so much on the N7 on the Normandy crew, which it probably will. Let's not kid ourselves. But what if it was set by set with another group of people, like, or maybe set with a different human or someone from the N7 program? There's always, that would be kind of cool, is like, because here's the thing, much like with Star Trek and Star Wars, Mass Effect has such a massive universe that you could literally tell so many stories. You could do something with Cerberus, you could do something with the Quarians, the Krogan. There are so many, like, there's so much in there that you can do. Another perfect example, which I think would be really cool, is like something to expand the universe on, is Black Lagoon. Although I do think you could get away with a Black Lagoon TV show. I do also think that you could do something like, kind of like something in the vein of John Wick, where you expand that universe, and set it in Roanapur and set it with a different group of characters, and you may be thinking, oh, well, that's dumb. That's kind of dumb, don't you think? What's the point of having it? Because then you don't break anything. Like, you don't, like, you can say, like, oh, that's an interesting spin-off, but, like, whatever. You'll still have the original stuff. Because here's the thing. 9 out of 10 times you're not going to come close to making the same kind of magic with the anime series or the video games, because they're so expansive. That's what I think everyone forgets when they're doing like a anime movie or an anime TV series, because they're so or a video game movie, of a whole video games, they're so expansive. So what is the point of trying to fit an entire series into an hour and a half or a trilogy of movies? I mean, I give a little more credit because the Halo TV series is more a TV series, so it gets to explain more. Cowboy Bebop, I still need to rend judgment on that, but I've heard like a mixed assortment of things. I think that it would just kind of work more if we did, because here's the thing. Like, let me give you an example of something that I think would have worked. Originally, and I can't confirm this, but the word on the street is that originally Adam Wingard's Death Note movie was originally meant to be set in the universe, but not focus on Light Yagami. It was supposed to be set after the events of Death Note. Like, it was supposed to be like a sequel series and set in that universe of someone in America finding the Death Note. It wasn't supposed to be like, but apparently Netflix changed it all to make it like an anime movie, so that's why we kind of got what we got, this really shitty thing, this really shitty anime adaptation from Netflix. So I was actually like, at first when that was like, there was that talk of it's set in that universe, but it's set in the Death Note universe, but it's not specifically about Light or L, but they just had to throw all that in there. Like, they just had to throw all that stuff in there, which I was like, I think that's really cool. But when they said, like, we're going to throw all these other things and make it like Light and L and all of that, it's like, why? Because the main thing about what I like most about with expanding universes, because there's so much lore and so much stuff, because most anime and video games 9 times out of 10 really do focus on like just a set group of characters. So it wouldn't hurt to really kind of expand your lore and your other stories. And that's kind of what, like I said, Disney Plus is doing with the Marvel shows, and as well as especially the Star Wars shows, which I think that was kind of the emphasis to do this video and kind of throw this idea out here. Like with Mass Effect, again, there's so much lore and so much species and other people that you can really play with the idea of these other group of characters. Whether they work for Cerberus, or they work for the Citadel, for the council members of the Citadel, or they're just like pirates or mercenaries or whatever, just let them go on an adventure and just follow them, and maybe get some crossover with the main show. You're not damaging the legacy of that anime or that video game. I think that'd be kind of a neat idea. I mean, you could make the argument, yes, Resident Evil did do that, of making its own continuity, but like, here's the thing. It was trying to shoehorn video game elements and characters, and it really didn't work. So if you were to do that, why not just make a Resident Evil TV... The Resident Evil TV series also sounds kind of dumb. Like, they're still doing that whole the Wesker twins, who are like solving mysteries. Like, that's really dumb, because it's trying to shoehorn, like, force itself. What I'm talking about is kind of something like The Mandalorian, where it's connected to some lore, but it's not like anchored to it, and you can have a fresh set of characters to really play with, because there are entire video game and anime universes that are so expansive and so massive that you could do anything, like, and it would not affect the main story. Like, what was it, you could, I don't know how you would do Dragon Ball Z, because that the main characters kind of tie into everything kind of really intensely, so I don't know if Dragon Ball Z would be on the table, but maybe. I'm not a fan, but I know One Piece is pretty expansive in its lore as well as its anime numbers, so you could do something with maybe another group of characters in the One Piece universe, or you could do something in you could maybe do like Halo. I know they are focusing on 117, but maybe do a Halo ODST show and focus on orbital drop shot troopers, some ODST troopers, or regular Marines. I've kind of wanted, real quick, I've always wanted to see from Star Wars a Stormtrooper TV show. Just focus on like a boots to the ground thing. So maybe do that, but with like regular Marines in the Halo universe, not Spartans, not ODST. Do something like that. Or again, like you have like with Halo, with Mass Effect, you could get away with like maybe doing something with the Turian, with like a group of Turian soldiers, or maybe like a story set with during the Rachni Wars with a group of Krogan. There's a lot. There is really a lot you can do with both anime and video games that I think you could get away with as a movie or a TV show and set it in that universe, but not damage the legacy of those video games and anime. But I don't know. I'm just a guy on the internet, just throwing this idea out here. So I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about this one. I'm quite curious to see what you all have to say about this particular idea. So you guys tell me in the comments below. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think Hollywood and movie studios in general should just focus on trying to do straight up adaptations, or do you think they should do like stories, TV shows, and movies set in the continuity but with new characters. So, do you think you would? Is that something you'd want to see, or do you want to be like, or something else? Do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea? And also, if so, what stories would you like to see in those video game and anime universes? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, if you haven't already, go check out my Patreon. Just uploaded a new non-comic lineup on there about Justice League Dark. So hit the link below. And as always, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.